If you're looking for foolproof craft projects for the holidays, I have some kits for you. Crafted by C9 is a new company created by Concord and Ninth that has craft kits that you are going to love. They take no skill, and the results are adorable. To see my video featuring 3 of the crafts, stick around. That video is coming up next. Let's start out small, and I am going to open and make the Woodland reindeer. So let's cut this open. I always start small for a little craft. And let's see what we have here. All right. Oh my gosh, these boxes. I will probably be keeping all the boxes for Christmas gifts because they're really cute. Okay, here is Woodland reindeer. And it says no craft room, no problem. This kit comes with everything you need to enjoy a creative experience right from the dining room table or living room floor. And we have scan for instructions. So let me get my phone. Open in Chrome. All right, so there's a video tutorial that will show me how to do these. You can download the PDF instructions, or you can just read them right here on your phone. So that's kind of cool, right? To have it it's meant to be easy, and that is the instructions. So let's take our pieces out. We have a small reindeer. We have a medium reindeer. Oh, these are just golden reindeers. Okay, that's very cute. Let's put you in here so we can keep our lovely friends. Well, I guess we'll start with the large one. So yeah, this is the kind of crafting. It's like, come on, this is going to be some cute stuff for my little holiday display. So we have our antlers and the body, and these are going to slide in. And you know, I think I might put just a little glue of my own. You certainly wouldn't have to, but I think if I do, it will just make them stay. And I don't have to, well, you could keep them disassembled at the end of the holiday. Maybe, should I do that? Because storing flat is a little easier, but let's see. Let's see how those go. Oh, actually, get you guys right in here. Come on, go up, go up. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to glue these. These are really, really sturdy in here. It's a very, very heavy chipboard. So if we just go up, get you lined up. Oh yeah, because you know what? Sometimes it is nice to be able to take things apart, right? For the holiday put away. Because look at that. That's actually really sturdy. Oh my gosh, there's one. Now, this could be a craft, I think. Well, not only is that adorable, but this could be something maybe that you do with little kids, right? Because it would take little kids a while to get the pieces out and put them all away. But yeah, that's really cute. You know, I have some acrylic reindeer that look like this, and that have this idea where you put them together that I've had for years, but not in gold. So that's really cute. Just get that lined up. Antlers. Oh, come here now. Line up. Right in there. Oh my gosh. And yeah, that doesn't seem to want to come off, so I don't think you need any glue for that. So there's those little friends. You guys go there. And let's get our small. See, you start out with success and then you build from there. Okay, this is very cute. Now, of course, I'm not going to be putting these out yet, but I may decorate for the holidays a little earlier this year. I have a confession to make, and that confession is I did not really go all in on Halloween this year. Everything's up in our attic, and our attic, you have to go up this kind of creaky stairs, and it's kind of dangerous, and then the attic itself is really scary, and sometimes I just don't like to go in there. And so this year, I did not pull out much for Halloween. But if I get started early on Christmas, then, let's get you right in there where you need to be. Then I'm not lining it up just right. then I could get started a little early. This is smaller, so there you go. Oh, yeah, those are not going anywhere. Okay, so there's my little family of woodland deer. Project number 1 done. For the next craft, I want to do the forest fir. So let's open the box like that. Now you can buy these things in groups, and then you can have like a whole little kit delivered to your little crafty night. You could do it with your friends, you could do it with have your kids, like your older kids, have a little craft making party. And this is what we're going to make, the forest fir. Oh, and again, all right, we're going to scan you, get our instructions. Crafted by C9. Again, a video to show how it comes together. And there are a total of 3 trees in the tree, and I have all of them. I don't think I'm going to make all of them on camera, but we are going to get started here. So I have all of the things. There's the dowel for the tree. We have, let's see here, tree topper and trunk. I love how everything is labeled. Here's a nice little wooden base, and we have our boughs, we have our spacers that will go onto the trunk. And let's see here, I'm going to slide you guys up just a bit. Maybe I'll get everything laid out first. Well, actually, let me get my glue open. Okay, it's very cute. Just a little glue. Unscrew. I think there's like a little stopper in there, and I will get that out. Real quick. There. So you don't even need to have glue handy. The glue comes in the kit. That's really nice. Okay, I forgot to put the actual nozzle part back on. There we go. Now my glue's ready. Okay, so the boughs come in 2 packages. These are pre-cut cardstocks. Slide you back just a little. And it looks like they're all divided into sizes. So let's see what's on the bottom. We have number 5. We have 6, so we're a little bigger there. 7, and the very bottom is number 8. Okay, so we have all these sizes like that. And now we have the smaller bows, or boughs. Sorry, pronunciation. All right, and then these are smaller. So I will say we'll go with, that's number 1, number 2, 3, 4, and then of course it picks up with number 5. So all of these things are cut and ready to go. That's lovely. And it's a nice cardstock. That feels really good. And then there's a tree topper, and that goes on at the very end. So let us read the instructions, which say, open the glue bottle, add a couple drops to the hole, and insert the dowel until it rests on the base. And I'm actually going to take this trunk piece out too, right there. Okay, so a little glue right in our little guy here, and we'll go 1 and 2. Okay, I'll set that right in here. It's kind of nice to have, you know, your little box here, because everyone could have their little workstation at a dining room table, and you'd be good to go. So this, oh yeah, that fits in there really well. Pressing it down. It's very tight in there. All right, so now we have that. Okay. And now it says let it dry. So we're going to just set that aside. And the next thing you do is we're going to manipulate the bows. So we're going to start with the largest ones. And the idea here is to add a little curl to them. So let me see I can get my bone folder here. I wonder if this one would be good for it. The idea is just to, it's very sturdy, but just to take a bone folder, or even just your fingers, to be honest. I don't think you'd need much to just kind of curl it like that. Just do a little manipulation of the bows so they get sort of a curve. The bows. Am I the only one that has a hard time with that word? So we're just gonna work our way through. If you don't have a bone folder, you could use a pencil. And how funny is this? I actually have a Concord and Ninth pencil from summer camp, and Concord and Ninth is the company behind Crafted. Okay, I'm going to go through and get all of these ready to add to the tree. All right, I have all of my pieces manipulated, and now I'm going to take the tree trunk and slide it down here onto this guy. Then we start by taking 2 boughs at a time. Coming on down, come on. There we go. Oh, it's nice and tight. So there's one at our base, and then you take the second one and you stagger. Let's see, I wish I had one of those fancy side cameras right now. I'm thinking about adding one, but you never know. All right, let's get you on top here, like that. It's very nice and tight. There we go. Come down, stagger, like that, okay? So you want to fill it out like a star. And then you have all these little spacers. So I will open these up. Oh, they're flying everywhere. Pop them in here. And again, this is nice that you have a little tray to work, right? So everyone can have their little workspace. Then you take the spacer, which has the same green, come down, and then repeat with your same size. And that is the process of adding these all to, oh, come on, there you go. So here, again, I would stagger that with the next one. See, so it's starting to look like that. So let me speed this up, because this will, you don't need to see all of this happening. But that's the idea. 2 at a time, pop, stagger, spacer, all the way up. Okay, look at the tree. Okay, now I have my topper, and let me read the directions. All right, it says to finish with 1 more spacer up top. Okay, like that. And now we'll take the tree topper out. That's our tree topper. And now it says place the topper on top. And we're going to take a couple more of these to cover the entire trunk. So it says to put a little glue on the dowel. I'll do that. Is that right? Or into the spacer. There we go. Just reading that right here. I guess that's to keep it nicely there. I put a little drop in there. I'll just slide that on. Kind of came off on the top, and that's okay. I think I'll just put a little in here. I think I'm going to have to do 2 to cover it all. Let's see, will that? Maybe 3. Does it say? It says you may need to add 2 spacers to hide the dowel. You know, I might see what 3 looks like on top. I am going to do 1 more spacer because I'm going to fold all of the topper parts, the tree bough, into, I just don't want any of that dowel showing. And I'm going to get these right into the actual spacer itself. You know what I mean? Like they're going to glue right to there. And that will give me a nice little edgy edge, but I'm going to have to hold them a bit. So a little glue here on that guy and that guy. And I'm going to have to hold that together, right? Get that there. And just like squeeze. I'm just holding them to the top here until the glue dries. And actually, I could put that little bit of glue right up here too. I'm going to bring some up like that and then squeeze those together. Now, if you had reverse tweezers, you could certainly use those for something like this. I'm just holding until the liquid glue dries. Oh yeah, that's cute. Okay. And then these guys are going to come up as well. All right, we're going to glue them into, I'm going to do a little zhuzhing. And I guess, do those guys go here? Put a little glue on each side of these guys, like that. I'm going to cover this up. And I'll just bring those together, maybe just right on here, and just hold the whole thing together for a second. If you have, and you certainly don't need them, if you have reverse tweezers, you can just clip them on and literally hang this off the top while you wait for the glue to dry. All right, and now I have my little tree. Isn't that cute? And again, it's gonna look, well, you can't, I'll have to inlay a shot of how cute it is from the side, but that is a little craft that you can make, and when it's done, look at that. And then of course there are other trees that you can buy that work in this whole suite. There are 3 different colors total, and that finishes out craft number 2. The third and final craft I'm going to do in this video is the beaded and bright garland. I love the look of this type of garland, and the fact that I'm going to be able to make one myself, I think is fun. Okay, so this is the beaded and bright garland, and you get all of these things: large palms, small palms, oh, large beads, small beads, okay, needle, thread. Okay, I think I'm going to be able to figure this out. And again, we're going to scan for our instructions. The nice thing too, if you have like a laptop or an iPad, you can watch the video. Okay, so I've got all of the instructions here. And we're going to remove our twine. We're going to thread the opposite end of the twine through the needle and go 1 small wood, 1 large wood, 1 small wood. And then it literally gives you the colors of what goes what for your pattern. So again, I'm going to speed this up a little and show you how easily this comes together. So once you get into the groove, it's really pretty easy. And I love that the colors here are such a fun sort of muted palette for the holidays. I feel like it's very hip and cool, which is not surprising coming from Crafted and Concord and Ninth. But also, if you mess up your order, all you have to do is just take off what you put on and start again. So I think I might have even gone in a slightly different order than the directions said, but it doesn't matter as long as you do the small, medium, small beads and then small, medium, small palms. It's going to be so cute. And actually, this, you could probably put this up. I mean, it is festive for the holidays, but I might just find a place for this in my studio now. Like I said, I'm probably going to decorate early for the holidays anyway, just because I just feel like having a little cheer in my life where I work. It's already such a happy space in my studio that, you know, why not? But here's the thing, you could be working, again, doing this by yourself or sitting around with some dear friends. Maybe hot cocoa is being served, maybe something a bit randier, like a nice cocktail. But either way, you could be chatting and creating, and when you're done, you have a cute little craft, right? That is, well, you could have bought something like this in the store, but instead you'll have one that you can say, no, I made that. And I think there's always a fun satisfaction in a craft that turns out really, really cute. And these ones, as I said in my thumbnail, they really are foolproof craft projects. Okay, we are winding down to the last palm. And I love that there's a little extra in the beads here. Yeah, that's nice in case you know, oh wait, no, see, we are not done. So here's what I'm talking about. If you make a mistake, I forgot to put on, oh, I just have to rethread it. So again, just have a little piece of paper. I never knew this trick. I actually learned this trick from the video on the website. So it's, yeah, I have a threader, but all you need is a little piece of paper. That is so great. Okay, now let's get the next one on. And yes, there are a few extras, but I am going to put on my final palm in the nectar, slide it down, and I will finish it with 3 more beads on either side. And then I'll just make sure that I'm mostly tied off here at the other end. I've been pushing them down the whole way. And now I'll show you. I have all this beautiful beaded garland. See, there's the end there. And I think we're good from edge to edge, although maybe I'll just want to make sure we're pushed down all the way before I tie everything off. Although, you know what? It's just going to hang on a loop. So I think that's so cute. I think we're good. Let's push it down just a little. And actually, it's so funny because when I took the thread out, I thought, is that really that sturdy of a thread? It really is. It's nicely twined together. And now I can take this out. I can do my little loop here like that. And I'll just tie this off on this end. So let's make, well, maybe I'll come up a little more here. Make a little loop, come around and tie that off. So now I have loops at either end that I can tie or hang them. And let me, or just drape them. Let me cut off that little bit of excess and this little bit of excess as well. Come here. And that, my friends, wraps up 3 crafts. Very foolproof. You know, they're not shoddy. You can make this yourself. Look how cute this garland is. Oh my goodness. That is adorable. And I'm trying to make it look pretty. And I made that. So that finishes my craft projects for today. Again, I think Crafted by C9 is onto something with these truly easy to do crafts that require no special tools, no special skill, and yet you are going to come out with really darling crafts. There are other ones to check out as well. For example, there's this adorable village that you can make. So be sure to check out the link in my description and learn more about Crafted by C9 today. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, I'd love to have you, so please hit that subscribe button and be sure to hit the notification bell so that you don't miss the next time I post. Here are more projects by Concord and Ninth if you're interested in checking the video that I have linked here. Thanks so much and have a great day.